And I fell behind to set up the live stream. So now I'm stuck. There they are. We are entering into Western. The National Day of Protest against for-profit tuition, which is coinciding with other actions across the nation. So anytime. Great. Finally, here we go. Okay, so now it's the attempt of catching back up to the group. So here comes my horrible attempt at jogging, running, which I don't do either. It's so horrible. What's going on? Oh, awesome. It's running. fish to fucking catch up. Did you break your spoon? Nice.
Imagine it. Take the fucking. Oh my god, man. Why the fuck? Yeah, it's so small there, we can't even use the van. It's not good.
You're walking sideways.
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Now! Whoa!
Free education!
When do we want it?
Wheels down! Wheels down! How does this work, man? We got wheels down!
It's all good.
There we go. Bam, and then that last little one. Awesome! Awesome save!
Ryan,
Ryan the superhero, and it's caught! It's caught on film!
Society's liberation!
Yeah. That includes you,
Hey, you.
and you,
And you.
and you.
And you.
You can say hi to the Ustream universe.
Hello, you stream. I am a part of you.
And they are a part of you. When you look into the Ustream, the Ustream looks back. Hey, maybe at some point you'll be able to do some fucking machine boxing. Rock and rolling.
Yeah.
All celebratory. We'll be all like the responsible peoples. Oh God, I don't even like ledges. Why did I do this?
What do we want?
I know, it's just faster to move forward.
Free education!
No!
Be a death sentence! Education should not be a death sentence! We can take control of our own education! Don't put a price tag on knowledge! What do we want?
Free
When
Education!
do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
No!
Free education! Society's liberation! Free
Education! Society's liberation! Free education! Society's liberation! Free education! Society's liberation!
The power of the people! There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't
Don't
stop!
say what?
There ain't no power like the power of the people, and the power of the people don't stop!
Say what?
There ain't no power like the power of the people, and the power of the people don't stop!
Say what?
There ain't no power but the power of the people, but the power of the people don't stop!
Say what?
There ain't no power like the power of the students, and the power of the students don't stop!
Say what?
What do we want? Free
Education!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
No! Bukayasha!
What do we want? Free education. When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
No!
students don't stop.
Say what?
There ain't no power like the power of
The
the
students as the power of the students, don't stop.
Don't stop.
There ain't no power like the
Power of the students, cause the power of the students, don't stop. Say what?
There ain't no power like the power of the students, and the power of the students don't stop.
Say what?
Let's make some changes in our post-secondary education. Young people should not be $30,000 in debt.
Liberation! Free education! Society's liberation! Free education! Society's liberation! Free education!
Society's
There you go. We got your
liberation.
free education and student debt.
It's ours to power.
Do you want me to take some of those?
Yeah, okay, Nate. Yeah, you take some, Tina.
Here, Nate. Let
There
me
you
grab
go.
you some.
You grab some.
Awesome.
Hey, there we go.
Free education. Society's
Free information!
free education.
Society's liberation!
Free education. Society's liberation. Free education.
Oh, free information, guys?
Liberation.
Ah, like you don't want free education?
Liberation.
It is possible. We got some doubters. Some doubting Thomases.
Country, so it's not.
Oh, well, are you going somewhere where there's free education? That would be pretty cool if you were.
It will be free for me.
Awesome. Well, congrats, man. Well, no, hey, you know, that's awesome.
No, I agree.
And now we gotta all pump it up there.
Yep.
It's a good little leg workout. Oh, there's a whistle on that, Megan?
There's a whistle on this.
That's fucking awesome. That's pretty cool.
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Free information?
Here in Ontario, we pay the highest tuition fees in all of Canada at nearly $8,000 a year.
Boo!
Ontario has a $32 million operating budget surplus for this year alone.
Oh, boo! Shame!
Our annual endowment fund has $282 million in it right now, but the average student graduates with $38,000 in debt for any 4-year degree.
Shame!
Right now, the average education costs you over $80,000.
Here
just
comes
to get
police.
A 4-year bachelor. Perhaps we should start to organize and actually do something about this rather than being so apathetic.
Oh, is that dick that gave me a ticket?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm not, but it's just more, I'd like to wag my finger at him if it is.
Yeah, they're like shit.
I don't know. I don't really talk to people anymore. I just walk in one door, and I talk to the bear, walk out of the next door.
No, I'm good.
Well, there's a little bit of an incline up that.
Here, you want to carry the megaphone up there and I'll take the box for me?
I'm honestly okay. I sound like I'm tired just because I was yelling.
Yeah.
And I want to keep yelling, but I mean, our group's way up there. I don't want to just yell for us, so kind of waiting till we get up there a bit.
Yeah, these guys aren't
They should have maybe looked
free
back and
information. They should have.
seen where we're at. That's okay, though.
That's all good.
It happens when you get excited.
It's broadcasting live, so everything's great. Everything's great. Everyone loves everyone. Education, society's liberation. Free education, society's liberation.
Free
Education, society's liberation. Free education, society's liberation. Don't let them medical
Society's
hit you.
liberation.
Free information? Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Good afternoon, students. We're here in solidarity with you, the service workers, the academic workers,
information,
the
sir?
TAs,
Thanks.
and everyone here in the neoliberal
Information?
university facing austerity measures,
Thanks very much,
high
man. Have a good
tuition
day.
fees, and corporatization of their educational experience. Right now, students in Ontario face the highest tuition fees in all of Canada at $8,000 nearly per year, while we have the lowest rates of subsidized education, ranking 11 out of 11 provinces, with less than $10,000 invested per student in their education.
Shame,
Shame,
shame, shame.
Right now, the University of Western Ontario has a $32 million surplus in their operating budget for the year of 2014, when the provincial mandate is only $2 million. That's literally $30 million more than they need to have in their reserve funds.
Shame, shame, shame.
Student debt here in Canada has now reached a $30 billion problem. In the United States, it's a $1.2 trillion problem.
Boo.
1 out of 8 Canadian families are currently carrying student debt in some form. The average education for 4 years now costs $80,000.
For free education.
When graduating, students can expect to have at least $37,000 in debt for an average 4-year diploma in the province of Ontario. We face the highest rates of tuition fees at $8,000 per year.
Shame on the campus.
Lowest amount of
Shame.
subsidized education, and yet our university has $32 million in its operating fund budget surplus. Its endowment fund sits at nearly $283 million. And then year after year, our tuition has been increasing 3% per year. That's $240 next year increase in your tuition. Shame.
Shame! Damn right, shame. Free information. Oh, I might get protester terms. How's he doing? Oh, he should be able.
the megaphone to Mike and them? I'm going to stick with Nate.
Well, what do you?
Mike and
Oh,
them probably.
they're just up there? Right on. Okay.
Education, society's liberation.
I have megaphone power.
Education, society's liberation.
Here you go, baby.
Free education, society's liberation.
Free. Here you go.
I don't think I can do the megaphone for a while.
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not the spokesperson.
Okay.
For this one, at least.
Lisa, do you want to do megaphone?
Megaphone? Yeah, why? Why do I have to be
Because you are a good speaker.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not prepared for speaking. I might be in a little bit, but I mean, just students shouldn't be debt commodities. They're more than commodities.
Hi everybody.
Woo! Hello!
Today demanding free education, not to an institution, to each of you, because we know you have the power to get together and organize and share your skills without the need of a mediator who takes all your money, to bureaucrats that go and spend your money in commodities. So what is going on? Why you cannot organize and feel like with all the money that you pay, we can pay our teachers reasonable salary, we can make daycare, but the problem is the problem of always, that all our profit is going to the pocket of a few individuals. So what are we going to do? Can we organize together? Can we share our skills? Yes, of course, and we don't need to pay to anybody. We are already participating actively in anarchist schools here in London, Ontario, where we train our skills and we don't pay 1 cent for that. Now we are growing as an integral individuals. We train skills on how to fix in our bicycles, we train skills of how to paint in our clothes, we fight for self-sustainability and oppression that like this institution that is based on Catholicism, that before, like we know, Catholics funded the residential schools, and residential schools is where they torture and kill millions of people. And now what are we doing? We are paying the same.
But the fact that it's just every debt and so much money just for an education.
Here, hold these. Watch yourself.
Oh, I just can't feel my fingertips.
That's fine. You just need to be a chickie. Come here, you. Come here, you little gangster.
Yeah, it sucks.
This is all Eastern.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Close up of someone's coat. There you go. There. Okay. And those, yeah, that's for information or whatever, to hand out to people for free information. I was coming to get a square, but then he ran away.
My mouth's too dry. I don't think I could talk right now.
I don't have any candies on me. for fresh mouth. Free information? Thank you. You gotta be fast on the, you gotta be ready to go. Hi, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
This place is not accessible to everybody. The parking spots are always super expensive. The police is harassing us with tickets. We cannot offer free school outside.
There was some in the bin?
The university, but they are selling us Subways, they are selling us Starbucks, they are selling us
There was some in the bin? The gray plastic bin. I think that's where the papers are.
Obviously, they don't care about the individuals. They just care about their businesses.
It's a nice day at least, eh? Yeah. Hi there, free information? Just in general, trying to think about how we can bring our tuition rates down, if not entirely to free, how we can change things to actually get free education like some other countries already do. No, thank you.
Ethics, or they don't care about what
We're all congregating.
you have a kid, they don't care if you are sick. They don't care about
Free
your
information?
future.
No problem, hon. I feel your pain. No worries. I see it.
Education that they promise to you, and then you get attached with a huge debt, and then zero opportunities for you to get a job. And if you get a job, then you join up with the medical staff, you get like part-time jobs or temporary jobs. And that's not enough to feed your family.
It's not enough. Students are not debt commodities.
And students are not debt commodities.
Hi there, free information? No problem, it's free. It's like a gauntlet of information. You're running the gauntlet.
So we can get free education here at the university. It's completely possible. They're running a $32 million operating surplus budget. Like, so they have $32 million surplus, and they have $232 million in assets in their
Here, we can hold that up. Do you want-
I'm gonna put it like over here.
I don't know if it'll stay up
common fund is in donations, corporations, and
because it's long. Oh, you mean across the ground? Very pretty. No problem. Oh, doggy, doggy.
Alberta has the highest rate of subsidized education at $26,000.
Oh, sweet puppy. Sweet puppy. Edumacated doggy.
Anyways, thank you so much. The red squares you should take all around the world. Like something from your perspective. Yeah.
Parking garages, where are they? They have parking garages? I know the university's got some good ones.
That's good too. You got
This is Western University where nobody really cares.
Right.
You're all hoping to become rich capitalists and get good jobs, so you don't want free education for the scum. I don't understand the lack of interest. You know, you like paying
He's got away with words.
Bob, uncensored.
That's it. You need to do something. This is free education for everybody. It's just.
Yeah, I wonder about this.
Skip, this is
Unsuspicious.
We cannot be apathic to the situation. We need to solidarity. We need to get together. We need as many people on the street
Well, I remember his name, so.
Many places of oppression is marginalized people, make people feel powerless, make people feel miserable. Now our classroom is full of stressed people, of unhappy people. We don't have time to be individuals when we are studying. Our creativity
Damn it.
shut out because we cannot write down in our exam anything that is out of the box. So what is going on? How are we going to fight this? Are we going to be able to organize our students?
Sorry? No, of course not. Basically, as soon as I got near, I'm like a repellent. Here, hold that. And I gotta be careful because it's illustrated. Yeah, you hold those, and I can do this. This red square is significant because, give us the spiel, Mr. Mystery.
It's in solidarity with the students in Quebec.
And around the world, maybe?
And red means basically you're in the red, you're in debt.
Yeah, okay. So that's if you see one of these guys, that's what that's all about. Is that you're in a...
Would you guys be down for escalation? Like if we maybe walk into the UCC offices with people?
I'm always up for anything.
You're down? Okay. Yeah, I just figured I'd ask. I just want to check in.
Let me just move the... What was that again?
If you're not worried about it, then you don't have to worry about it. And they might not be able to identify you, but then again, they may. So, social media and stuff. So, yeah.
So we might go into UCC. Nice.
I got my square. All right.
Do some screenshots.
Yeah. This is what it's all about. Oops. Oh, Jesus H.
So, again, it might not happen, but I just want to make you aware. So what is it we're doing? We're going to walk inside. But if they decide to kick us off, then they might ban non-community, non-student certificates. Louisa, I need your attention.
Yeah, here, I'll walk over here for a second.
It's like a...
Ontario compared to you want to say a couple words to the Ustream universe?
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. trying to raise awareness on campus regarding the corporatization of the university experience, for-profit education systems, and basically neoliberalism in general. Its austerity measures and its high tuition fees. And the struggle that workers face every day is the same struggles that students face, and the struggles that students face is worker struggles, because we will be struggles. And right now we are academic workers, whether we like it or not. We're taking on debt to be disciplined into this system and habitualized into its routine, so we become passive, and we don't want to try to change the structure of the system. I mean, I know when I'm starving and I'm $20,000 in debt, I don't think about political protest. I think about where I'm going to eat next, and it's kind of difficult sometimes to imagine that we can do something different, but people all over the world are doing it. If we just, learn from each other, stand in solidarity with each other, and imagine something radically different, we can make it happen. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff, guys. Hey, is there anywhere where people want more information they should go check out online? Some Google stuff?
Yeah, they can
What's
check
some
out
shite they can Google?
Western Solidarity Network is on Facebook, and
Right on.
it's a solidarity network here on main campus. We're hoping to start a King's Solidarity Network. There's also the Revolutionary Student Movement, which is a student movement all across Canada, and there's a really strong presence in Quebec, and they're starting their Red Spring initiative and their whole social protest regarding tuition, and it's popping off this summer.
Awesome, right on. So people can definitely go check that stuff out and Google more and explore from there and find out more information and take up the fight to avoid students becoming just another commodity in the debt market, right? I mean, because that's pretty much what it becomes. It becomes commodities for buy and sale, just like other debt is,
Exactly.
I remember when they switched over, CIBC bought all the debt, bought all the student loans back when I was a student, and that was a nightmare. They instituted all sorts of nonsense. And then I also remember too, that was when we were first starting to see corporations try to start infiltrate. I mean, that's a negative type word, it's pejorative, but it is exactly negative what they're doing in terms of getting their fingers into the curriculum, the studies, and guiding how it's going to go, because they need workers with this sorts of skills, which is all to help them with their capitalist bottom line, which isn't really, and that's not even, you're paid for education, then you get
And that's what I'm going to bring up.
herded into what the corporations want you to do.
Hey students, what's up? Students and workers, we're here to stand in solidarity with you today on the National Day of Action against tuition fees and against for-profit education and neoliberal austerity measures. And I think all students should remember that the story of the university is the struggle against capital. It's no different. The same thing, the struggles that workers experience is the same struggles that students experience, and the struggles being a student are the same struggles you're experiencing when you become a worker. Like, we're here so that our imagination gets killed, so we have one way of thinking, we become one-dimensional beings, and we forget that we can radically change these systems. Like right now, the University of Western Ontario has a $32 million surplus in their operating fund budget for 2014-2015. Provincially, the mandate is only supposed to be $2.5 million, so they literally have like $29.5 million extra in which they could work with. Their endowment fund sits at $282 million right now, and the university president and vice chancellor is making $480,000 per year and a $41,000 a year bonus.
Shame, shame, shame.
Tuition fees here in our province are the highest in all of Canada at nearly $8,000 per year. We have the lowest rate of educational subsidy. We rank 11 out of 11 provinces at less than $11,000 per year. Every single year we can count on our tuition rates going up at least 3% for the next 5 years.
Shame, shame, shame.
Sometimes we forget as students that we are powerful and that we are value creators in institutions like this. The buildings, the papers, the pens, the pencils, they don't operate without us, the workers, the academic workers, the TAs and the service workers, the food workers, and the students. Right now, we are the second largest funders of the operating fund budget of this university. Domestic students are 35% of the operating fund budget, and international students who pay even more than domestic students are 7% of the operating budget. Combined, we're 42% of the university's operating budget, the second largest funder of the university. If at any time we wanted structural changes like free education and to strike student debt, we could do it. All we have to do is organize together and take direct action. Right Right now in the city of London, you can buy or sell anything all day long for 24 hours. But our buses only run until 12 p.m. Yet right now, students are the largest group of bus riders in the city. We're 45% of all bus riders in the city. If the students collectively got together and demanded that buses run 24 hours a day by shutting down bus stations, by organizing and taking direct action, we could have it. All we have to do is imagine that it's possible.
Yeah! Woo! Free information?
Bob's telling me that we need to care. Students, we need to start to care. We need to imagine a world that's different. Just because we're shackled into debt right now doesn't mean we can't change these systems. People all over the world are already doing it. People in Chile fought for 10 years, 20 years against neoliberalism and for-profit education, and they just won free education. They're going to increase taxes on their corporate tax rates to pay for free education. People in Quebec in 2012 fought for tuition freezes and fought for lower tuition. And that was much less than the increases that we face every year. And they got it. And they got it. They got it.
I'll call you when I
Okay. Okay, before we go in? Yeah. You're going in? Yeah, we're going to try and not go in. We're even if we're going in. Okay. Does everyone want to get together for a solidarity picture? We're all going to pose under the big solidarity banner. No.
I think this is really
Oh, okay. Just like everything else.
Are we on? Okay. Yes, we are like
Sometimes you should,
Yeah, you still.
We should
Yeah, you go in the sun.
we should stand over so the sun's in the face.
Okay.
We're gonna switch so the sun's on us, otherwise it'll be
Yeah.
keep it down.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
Is
getting.
everybody coming with time?
I was getting my own picture. Pull it down. Someone's not holding it there.
You know you're with us. You're not against this camera, dude.
I know. I've got the little chicken.
So if she wants it, Ryan wants it.
Get closer, baby. Yeah. Wide angle.
here. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, do you want in or no?
Another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Louisa, do you want in or no?
So do we feel like going inside?
Yes.
We all have something to say.
People buying stuff.
Are you doing a little dance? So I'm gonna make you dance without you dancing. I just gotta do this. Look, he's dancing.
Like a bobblehead.
Yeah. Nice. Down, 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 down,
Are we taking that big banner in there?
Oh, 1 second.
Who wants to?
Who wants to hold the man?
Who wants to front this here?
Yes.
If you want to come up front. Yep.
Here. Are you or Juna holding? That's your banner. I'll put this down at the ground. I don't know. I know, we can get banned for forever.
I kind of want to wait in case there's a bigger event, right? Like.
Well, yeah. No, I'm in agreement with that. I don't want to get banned.
Good sense of humor.
Well, we can at least, if we're not touching anything, we're just walking in.
They just said they could ban you, though.
Well, even just if we're not even doing anything, even if we're not.
I was saying if there's going to be no protest, I don't want to get banned.
No, we'll all go in together.
It could be bigger.
Yeah, this ain't Noah's Ark, but
I'm going to smoke.
I'll go in 20 by 20. Anchor going into the sec. That's the anchor going
Oh, really?
That's where Martin and them
I don't know if we just go in if we're not carrying anything, because we can be all inconspicuous. Hey, sucker guy from C51. Cling, cling, cling. I want to get footage of it. I want to get footage. I want to see them try and mess you guys up. But I want to be all inconspicuous about it, so I can be all like, oh, I got you. Oh. Oh God, are you kidding?
Are you taping too?
Well, I'm filming right now.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to.
You passed off and you want to speak.
Yeah, actually, you're probably gonna have to treat it like a shank in jail, like where it just keeps getting passed off, so people don't think you're actually holding it or whatever. Oh, what shank? Just go here.
Strike students dead! Right now, here in the province, we have the highest rate of tuition in all of Canada. Ontario, as a province, pays the highest rate of tuition at nearly $8,000 per year per student. And yet we have the lowest rate of educational subsidy at less than $11,000 per year. Shame.
Shame!
Right now, the university has a $32 million surplus in its operating budget for the 2014 financial year, yet the provincial mandate is only $2.5 billion. The university has a $282 million endowment fund, and the president and vice chancellor of this institution is making $480,000 this year with a $41,000 yearly bonus. How is that even fair? So we're here today with Western Solidarity Network, newly formed State Solidarity Network, and we're here to organize with you, the students and workers, and fight for higher wages, fight structural changes for our education, fight debt institutions, fight for education, and institutions die all around the world. Students in Chile, after like nearly 20 years, fought for no liberal education, just wanted free education. They're going to raise corporate taxes in Chile to pay for free education, and we can do that right here. Here in Canada, student debt is a $30 billion a year problem. $30 billion of student debt. 1 out of 8 Canadian families is currently carrying student debt. We can change that. The second largest funders of the university's operating budget are we, the domestic students and international students. Domestic students make up 35% of the university's operating budget. Domestic or international students who pay even more, like 3 times as much, make up 7% of the university's operating budget. Together, that's 42% of this institution's operating budget. Any day we can shut it down and demand free education. Woo! It's not fair that the president makes $480,000 a year with a $41,000 bonus, while food service workers barely make minimum wage. Students struggle with like $38,000 worth of debt after a 4-year degree, and student debt is a $30 billion a year issue. Like, we need to fight and rally together and organize against these things. Yeah.
Woo!
How much debt have you come up with? How much debt do you guys have? How much are you paying every year to school to learn about things? Knowledge should be free, and the passing on of knowledge should not indebt us. Yeah, totally. And I want you guys to realize, if you feel like you're trapped and you had to pay this much money to get your education, to get a job, in order to survive, this is not true. I'm wearing a shirt right now that says, you don't have to fuck people over to survive. Right? We, as a student body, have the power to demand education that suits us all. We do not need to be in debt just because we want to have an education. These universities and post-secondary institutions exist for us. And if we demand they change, they will. What we have to do is network, talk with each other, and open up our eyes to what is going on around us. Let us create an institution that we can be proud of and that we are happy to be a part of. What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Now! Free education.
Oh, free education.
Free education! Society's liberation! Free
Education! Society's liberation!
Free education! Society's liberation!
Free education! Society's liberation!
If you guys are interested in this, come on down, talk to us. You can sign up and
years ago, the students came out in force. They forced the provincial government to back the Quebec students forced the Quebec government to back up the tuition increases. They were already lower than ours, but they forced them to leave it there. In Chile, they have free education. Germany has free post-secondary education. Norway has free post-secondary education. And what do you have? You have student debt. And $30 billion for you, it's a problem. For the bankers, it's a business, it's a profit. Are you enjoying this? Do you like paying for this when in other countries? If you learn German, you can go to Germany and get a free education. You don't have to even be a German.
Hi everybody, we are here inviting you to fight for free education, for dignity, and you don't need to ask bureaucrats to give you the right to educate yourself. We can fight for free education, for integral education, and it's up to you if you get together with your people, with that people that make you feel comfortable, and start to share skills. If you start to share your skills with everybody, then your education will be integral. You will be able to think out of the box without being criminalized. You won't face racism. You don't have to go to the university to pay bills that are up to $10. So it's up to you how much you can organize. We don't need intermediaries that take all our money and make profit, that just want to pull it out their pockets. If we get together, we can, with our money, we can pay our tuition, our nice salary, we can take care of everybody. It's up to us to organize.
It's not mental health. I don't know what's happening.
Want some information about what's
Does
happening
someone
today?
want to say something?
So what's
There you
happening?
go. So we're talking about getting free education.
Oh,
When
that'd be awesome.
countries all
Hey
over the
everybody,
world,
my name is
right?
CJ and I'm here representing the Revolutionary Student Movement.
And we're fighting to
We're an anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, anti-oppressive, and anti-colonial militant student organization, and we're looking to advance the class struggle on campuses across the country. Now we're the ones who called for this day of action, and I'm here to let you know that you're not alone. Right now, we're joining students in over 13 cities across the country in calling for free education, for democratization of our universities, for open access to universities for Indigenous people, and for an anti-colonial aspect to all programs. So you're joining people in Halifax, in Woodstock, New Brunswick, Quebec City, Montreal, Ottawa, Peterborough, Oshawa, Toronto, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, and I think that's all of them, but that's a hell of a lot of cities. So we're not alone, and actually we're growing in strength, we're getting more powerful, the movement is growing, and we need each and every one of you to get out here, get organized, and start fighting for the future. Thank you. What's the solution? Revolution! What's the solution? Revolution! What's the solution? Revolution! What's the solution?
Revolution!
Alright, hello everybody. Thank you for coming out. This is awesome. For those of you who don't know what's happening, maybe you just walked through the doors and you're wondering why we're all standing here in a circle. It's because we are tired of paying so much money for tuition. Okay? Education
of society. We are here on behalf of students, ourselves. Our USC has not spoken up on our behalf in terms of tuition. And I say this because our tuition has increased every year. Every year we pay more, and every year our money goes towards corporations that cause much damage and degradation in the world, such as environmental degradation. We are invested in the tar sands. We are complicit in the fossil fuel industry. We contribute to Israeli apartheid. That's where our tuition money goes. You should know this. Many clubs across campus, such as the Students for Palestinians and Human Rights, as well as the Environmental Club, have brought these issues up to the USC, and it has gone unnoticed because our university is a corporation. These things that we're invested in don't really matter because we can make money off of them. If that's okay with you, maybe we should talk a bit more. I do not like paying so much and then knowing that my money goes to so much bad in the world. It makes me really sad coming to school knowing this. We are trying to fight for good in a lot of our classes. They tell us about all the shit that goes on. You know, like this is what we need to fight for. This is what we need to help with, learn about. This is where we need to put our efforts. And this is who we need to support. So we learn all this in school, and then we also learn our university, the very institution we learn these things from, actually supports the harm we're fighting against. So it just feels like we're always taking a step back every time we pay for school the next year round. Someone else want to talk?
Hey everyone, it's John Pat. That's awesome. Let's hear it for Pat. Yeah. So we're all here in solidarity today, and I have a question for everyone in this building right now. Why is it easier to imagine the end of the world than it is to imagine the end of capitalism? Why is it easier for us to imagine more student debt than for us to imagine free education? Why is it easier for us to imagine low wages and workplace exploitation than fair jobs and fair remuneration for work we want to do? It's because places like this kill our radical imagination. They saddle us with debt, so we imagine that no other reality is possible. They train us into being workers now and taking on debt now as students, so when we're workers, we have to revolution or change the systems that exploit and oppress us. Every single day, this institution creates no value without our time and energy as workers and as students. The pens, the pencils, the buildings, the t-shirts, they don't have value until we give them value through our labor power. Every single day. We can change these relationships anytime we want to. Right now, we pay $8,000 for yearly tuition, the highest in all of Canada, while we have the lowest rate of subsidized education, and we have one of the lowest minimum wages across the country. Why is that? Because we haven't been able to imagine anything different. We haven't been organizing, talking to each other, seeing that her frustration with the university is the same as my debt troubles when I can't buy bread and I have to write an essay. And it's the same as my teacher's troubles with debt, and my workers' troubles with debt, and my injured workers' trying to get health care. It's the same struggle. The history of the university is the struggle against capital, and we need to remember that.
Yeah.
Right now, it makes makes sense to them in a rational cost-benefit decision to charge us large tuition, to cut our TA's hours, and to cut their wages. But we should always ask, is that right? Is that reasonable? That's what we're here to do. We're here to engage our critical imagination and ask about our world and ourselves. Are the systems we engage in reasonable? Do they make moral sense or just economic sense? And we need to start seeing that there's a contradiction between those two.
Woo! Woo!
Free education!
Free education! Yeah! Education!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Free education!
Want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Free education!
Want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Free education!
When do we want it?
Now! Woo!
So I think we should give a shout out to the security guard on the second floor who's recording us. Shouts out. We're trying to raise your hourly wage too. Don't worry about it. The president of the university makes $480,000 this year, plus a $41,000 yearly bonus. I don't. I'm in debt. That sucks.
Get that on tape.
He just did. We're probably going to lose juice pretty soon, guys. Unfortunately. If we cut out, we've lost entire juice. But I'm going until it's all gone. And yes, that was a security guard up there.
Everything that is around us is business and not education. Look around you. Look around you right now. What do you see? Do you see education? Do you see opportunities? Do you see daycare? Everything around you is a business. You don't matter. People doesn't matter for the administration, and that's something that we need to fight because they are getting richer and richer with our money while our ideas are getting shut down. We need to understand that these Catholic institutions perpetualize like religious discrimination and discrimination between against other countries. That these institutions support their stance and wars with other countries. So what are we doing? Where our money is going? Why we cannot get together, take all our money, take one place and start to change our skills. We don't need to pay for education if we get together. We can get integral education. Our opportunities are now to learn different science will open up. Our imagination and the individuals don't have limits. While our tests and our exams are standardized, we are going to be machines in the future. We are not allowed to speak up or complain. We are in a system of authority where seeing each other to the eyes is a miracle right now. I don't know. We invite you to speak up if some of you will have concerns. Look how the university is not accessible to everybody. People who have drug addiction problems, who have kids, and they don't have the right or the opportunity to change their lives because this is a business and education is a privilege and not a right.
Okay, so I just want to say something about mental health. Right now, we all have mental health. Every year, all the time, we hear about JAG.org and different organizations that try to raise our consciousness about mental health. The thing is, this very university doesn't offer adequate mental health support. So yes, we know about mental mental health, but when you actually need help, you don't really get the support you need in a timely manner. Our university president makes a six-figure salary, and the average wait time for mental health services at Western is at least 6 weeks. You will be on the waiting list for a long time. I go to King's, so I'm pretty lucky because the mental health services there are awesome. I've seen someone within the week, which is what it should be, because if you're in a bad place, you need to see someone as soon as you can, right? I have spoken to too many individuals who go to main campus who have not received the help they need. I'm going to share a really quick story with you about someone who approached the WSN with his experiences with the mental health services offered here. Basically, you should know that he was in a bad place, he didn't get any support, he was put on a waiting list, things escalated, he was hospitalized, he is suicidal, he's not at school right now. Mental health is very serious, and if our university doesn't address this properly, if it doesn't help us when we are most vulnerable, despite the fact that we are paying so much tuition every single year, then there is a problem. That's all I want to say right now. Thank you.
Is it on? Oh, okay. So, I'll tell you a little about myself. I actually go to Fanshawe, but I'm possibly considering going to Western. I'm an aspiring scientist and writer, but unfortunately, because of my physical disability, I have struggles paying for student tuition because they're so high. And how am I supposed to have great career aspirations? Okay, cool. Hold it. How am I supposed to have great career aspirations when the plutocracy, i.e. these motherfuckers up here, yeah, you, are holding us back? No! Whatever happened Whatever happened to the sacredity of education? I thought knowledge was sacred, but Prometheus gave the fire down to man. He did not give it to the kings, he gave it to the people. And that's what needs to be done now. It's time for us to take back what's rightfully ours. Keep running.
That's very heartfelt.
Yes, once again, just remind you, Chile, a small country, they have free post-secondary education. We're going to tax the business and the rich people. Radical idea, won't fly in Western. Quebec, the students went out and demanded a freeze on tuition. They already had about the lowest in Canada, but they demanded a freeze, and they got it because they worked together, thousands of them out on the streets. Norway has free post-secondary education. They didn't even have to fight for it. The government just gave it to them. Germany is doing the same thing. And here we are in this backward third world country in London, Ontario. And I'm really sad here looking at all these apathetic students who say, oh gee, what can I do? Well, apparently nothing. And if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. You'll go on paying. And you know what? When you get done, there aren't any jobs for you. Think about that. All that debt, you'll be working at McDonald's.
Thank you, Bob. That was awesome. Bob's telling the truth, man. There are no jobs out there for our generation. Yet they keep selling us more credentials every other day. Right behind me, they're trying to sign people up for a one-year post-diploma program degree. For what? For what job are they going to actually go get? There are no spaces for us young people in society anymore. They'll increasingly sell seats and sell the corporate brand for $8,000 a year, but we can't even do the things we want to in life. We need to remember that we are the second largest funders of the university's operating budget. If at any time we wanted to ask for free education, demand free education, and fight for-profit education, we can make that happen. We can take direct action and shut this place down, because we make up Same with, same with the buses in the City of London. Right now they run only till 12 p.m., yet students make up 45% of the bus ridership, the largest percentage of bus riders in the entire city. They'll sell us products and education 24 hours a day, but our buses only run till 12 p.m. If we wanted to change that, all we have to do is organize. Come on down to the Western Solidarity Network, the Cape Solidarity Network, or check us out on Facebook. Get together, organize, and understand that your personal struggles are social problems. We think and experience debt, transportation, or food insecurity as a private matter, but it's not. It's a collective issue. The food service workers behind us are making less than minimum wage. I'm in student debt, and yet my tuition cost is rising 3% every year. The president of this institution makes $480,000 in 1 year, with a $41,000 bonus to promote the brand. Shame!
Shame! Shame!
So we're going to head out today. We're going to leave on a high note here. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to be outside in a few more minutes, handing out information, trying to collect people who are interested in organizing. But thank you so much for your time today.
I just want to get two, one on my cell and one on my camera. Yeah, so I mean the president.
This was even more militant than what me and Mike got banned from Western for, just to let you know. And we're the only 3 non-students as far as I know.
Awesome.
So just to let you know.
Yeah.
To do something that means something to you. Have a great day. Yeah, what do we want?
Free education.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Free education. When do we want it?
Can you grab this, Kevin?
Thank you all. Have a great day.
With that? Oh my God, so cute. And brings me joy every time, this guy, honestly. He's the cutest thing ever. He is. Yeah. Oh, we're on the Ustream making kisses. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Well, we'll see now if we get notices in the mail. Is that how it works? We'll get a notice in the mail?
Probably. I think that's what is gonna happen with our picture.
Want to stick around and we do some more handouts?
They will still have.
Wasn't she? I mean, I'm sure will they bother coming out here and starting trouble and picking a fight with you guys now that you're out from in there or whatever?
I think we got away with a lot.
Yeah, no, I just, he was filming, right? So I was just laughing, saying, so is it going to be, we'll get the notes in the mail. Notes in the mail.
Insights coming out here. You fucking students, do something already.
That was more than what me and Mike got banned for.
Right.
So I'm expecting non-students likely will be contacted.
But you're here though, so there's some magic to the system.
Well, it was a ban for a year.
Oh, okay. So now you'll...
And then threats behind it.
Nice.
That I could be charged for trespassing and shit, but...
Well, I actually went to Western before.
No, once
you're
asked
to leave.
Does that matter?
Okay, so no one's asked us to leave.
I'm saying if I had to come during the band time,
Oh, okay,
because
yeah.
Mike kept coming back and sort of antagonizing them, and I really didn't. I came once. We went over and occupied the president's office.
Right on.
Remember, I don't know. Guess not too many people in this crowd were there that day, but
I'm all
we
keeping
must
the
have
camera
had
viewfinder away
60,
from you.
70 people.
Oh, I remember with the silent one, right? Is that
When
the
we went
silent
right
one?
in the office?
Yeah, but it was a silent one, and everyone was silent in the
Yeah, we were
office?
trying to be anyway.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I remember
But then
seeing
there was
that.
small confrontations. Remember, Brittany's friend got in the paper because she was leaning across the desk giving them the thing?
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I gotta
it was
have
pretty
it.
funny.
Oh, where are we now? I don't even, which way? Oops. How does this work? This way. This way. There you go.
I think we're almost out of chalk. So if we
I have
end up
chalk.
getting banned, maybe we can plan that one.
You're not, you've got 4 full sticks. You're chalk rich. What's that Cheesy Eagles tune? The gig is up, capitalist. You're going down. No, but there's nothing worse than corporate interference in university and education. Absolutely nothing.
It looks like a fucking mall in there.
Nothing. I know, it's disgusting. They want to get these kids on credit cards, first year in, and phone plans and everything else, and they just get them all entrapped, enslaved.
I think
And
I asked you this last
it
time.
really is filthy. It's a filthy, filthy practice to go after our kids as though you're just commodities on a market. That's all, because that's what it is, debt commodities. There's commodities markets. There's debt markets. It's a
and Fanshawe's the same way. Fanshawe is a fucking mall.
anything, unfortunately within this system, anything that can be, sold and purchased and to make a profit is exploited. And debt is no different. And that unfortunately extends to every debt there is. Car loan debt, student debt.
And so if you